Traders, welcome back to another price action trading lesson here. Today started with a downtrend with a break and a new extreme. This is in the overnight session here. We had an uptrend working higher here with a small overshoot that pushed prices lower below the EMA with a break and a new low here. So when we're watching this live, we'd be expecting a new high of this uptrend. Still a little bit early in the day, but of course price action still works as we expect. We have the overshoot with the break new extreme, prices push up, and we work higher here and create the new high at this point here. So this is about where the market opens around this area. This is more so of an area of development. Prices are working sideways. We do have some small support here, but to my liking, I really like to be patient and just let prices print and see what the next market cycle is going to be. And that's all due to this new high here. After this uptrend played out, it's more so not very clear what the next market cycle is going to be. So even though we do have this small support here, I really like to be patient and wait for the next market cycle. You can see prices push higher here. In the very beginning, I was thinking since we were working sideways a little bit, there was a good chance that we could break lower here back into this range like this. But we really want to see the bars print and see if this is justified or if we do in fact trade up into another bullish channel. So prices work higher here, and at this point I wouldn't be playing this wider channel just yet. We work higher, and then we work higher again. So this is telling us, okay, yeah, we definitely have to, there's definitely some other channel in play here. I was starting to think, we have the first leg up here. I was starting to think, okay, prices could potentially wanting to make this measured move here. So when we got to about this area here, I started playing this wider channel here. Because I was like, okay, we can get a nice second entry long, push higher and hit this measured move. But you can see we quickly exceeded the measured move and we're still inside this this uptrend. So at this point, I'm just looking for that second entry long at the EMA to buy with trend. So let's see if we can get it here. We got the account reset here at the new high. We have a first entry long and prices just work higher. So given that this price pushed higher and exceeded this highest high, this even gives us more confidence in this wider trend that, hey, yeah, this is definitely the pattern that's in play. So once again, we're just looking for that two-legged pullback second entry long at the EMA. Let's see if we can get it here. We have a first entry long. Can we get that second entry long? We get a, let's see, first entry long. It gets a little bit sideways. I was thinking this was a second entry long, but there's no tick lower here. And to be honest, now that I look back at this, you have a first entry long, it pulls back and breaks these bars. So this is technically a second entry long inside bar at this point because prices exceeded these lows here after creating the first entry long. But we don't like inside bars, so this is definitely a waiting area for me. I'd like to see that higher low confirmation. So let's see what happens here. You can see we have a first entry short, pullback, second entry short, this bearish bar here. So I'm starting to think a failed second entry short would actually be a decent setup to take advantage of the next push phase. And once again, you have the count reset here on the bottom. You have the first entry short, break higher above this bearish bar here, and this creates the second entry short on this bearish bar. So those traders selling this second entry short into the EMA against the trend are definitely going to get trapped, given that they're selling on the wrong side of the market. So I'm looking for that failed second entry short, which, let's see, looks like this is the count. I was thinking this could potentially be a second entry long as well. But it's a reset, so it's technically not the little mini second entry long, but it's definitely a failed second entry short. So let's see if it forms. And sure enough, we get a nice little bar here. This is a small bar, small risk. This is definitely worth a shot, taking a chance on, because once again, these second entry short traders that are taking short right into the EMA against the trend are going to get trapped, and you can take advantage of that with the other side of their trades on the failed second entry short. looking for the next push phase. So I actually took this trade here live, um, betting that these second entry short traders would get trapped. And sure enough, prices worked higher perfectly. So we caught this push phase here. Prices worked high, a nice runner. Definitely another nice runner. That's been a theme lately with this higher volatility, that they've been providing nice runners. So let's see what happens next. We're working higher. We're still inside this bullish channel. And at this point, we're still looking for the second entry long at the EMA. This channel's still holding. And work higher, and you can see once again, it's a very nice runner. And when we get to this point, you have to respect this overbought territory here. It's now breaking the top side of the channel. So what we call this is overshoot. This is overbought territory in the market. So I definitely want to skip the first second entry long that forms. I really want to see the if we do get that first leg down, I want to see it with a break and a new extreme before I consider the failed second entry short to take advantage of the next push phase. So let's see what happens here. We have a count reset first entry long. And we get the second entry long here, but of course it's below the EMA. And once again, I want to skip it with the overshoot. So given that there's overshoot, it's giving me confidence to draw this trend a little bit wider, this short-term trend, because I'm expecting a stronger correction after this overshoot here. So we push lower here. So I got a first leg working lower here. We get a first entry short, pull back second entry short, but I really don't like shorting against the trend. I want to see this downtrend play out with a break and a new extreme, and then consider the failed second entry short above the EMA. Because now that we broke this channel, this main channel here, I expect new high according to price action rules. So we have a failed second entry short here, but it's below the EMA. So let's see if we can get a nice push above the EMA, maybe a second entry long at the EMA to take advantage of the new high. And you get a little failed breakout here. I didn't take this trade live because I was still thinking that we could potentially get a new low for this downtrend. But when I look back on this trade after the fact, this is actually a decent setup to take advantage of. It's a small breakout of this small congestion here. It looks like it's a first entry long. We don't get a break lower, so this is actually technically your second entry long here, but you can also combine it with a failed breakout, taking advantage of this uptrend needing a new high. So this is definitely a decent trade to take a chance on here. This is a failed breakout. It'd be nice if this downtrend had a new low, but that's okay because you get the push above the EMA. A failed breakout of this small congestion. Uptrend needs a new high. It still fits price action rules. So this is definitely a good trade to take a chance on. Small risk again. And prices push higher and create the new high. So at this point, I'm patient. I'm sitting on my hands. Our main uptrend played out with a break of the channel and a new extreme. So I want to see the next market cycle. What's it going to be? Is it going to be a reversal, sideways movement? Are we going to get continuation? Let's just kind of sit on our hands and wait for the next market cycle. We have a downtrend working lower here. So you can see this downtrend here fits quite nicely. So we have this downtrend working lower. Let's see what happens. Push above the EMA, small break in a new high. We push lower, but then we're back above the EMA and push higher. So this is definitely a waiting area. It's not that clear what the next market cycle. I mean, it's clearing up a little bit more now that we push above the EMA. But when we're in this area, I mean, it's not that clear exactly what's going to happen. Next, are we going to be sideways? This is downtrend going to get a new low. There's a lot of conflicting biases at this point. It's not like this area where it's clear. Uptrend in play, two-legged pullback, failed second entry short at the EMA to continue the push phase. It's a lot more clear in this area. In this area too, if we get a nice second entry long, things are clear, things align in this area. Whereas this area, it's not that clear. Uptrend played out with a break and a new high. So it's like there's a lot of question marks into what's the next market cycle, what's the next bias. So this is definitely an area of development, just a waiting area to see what's the next market cycle. But when we push higher, we kind of create a small double top here. You have this downtrend with a break and a new low here. And you push back above the EMA again. So this is a very, very big turning point. Because if we were going to reverse, we would reverse lower. And now that we exceeded these highest highs here, there's definitely higher lows in this market here. So that's given us a hint that, hey, there's most likely some wider channel in play, because we continuously have higher lows, and now these higher highs are getting exceeded. So at this point, this is when I started drawing this wider channel here. You have a first swing, second swing, a small third swing, and a fourth swing confirmation here. So I have this channel in play at this moment. So I'm looking for a second entry long at the EMA. You get another break of the highest high. So I'm just looking for that second entry long at the EMA at this point. So I got a count reset, first entry long, pull back, a second entry long here, but I have this short-term trend in play. And you actually have a nice first entry long pullback, second entry long pullback, double trap. So your downtrend played this short-term downtrend here played with a break and a new extreme. The traders taking this failed second entry short under this, failed second entry long under this bullish bar are going to get trapped because they're selling against the main trend. We're in a bullish channel at the moment. So those selling above the EMA against the main trend are going to get trapped on this double trap. So when this double trap here forms nicely, this is definitely a great setup to take a chance on. This is going to be a, this is going to be a double trap, because you're going to take the other side of this failed second entry long, betting that these traders are going to get trapped, because once again they're selling against the main trend above the EMA. So this double trap is a great trade to take advantage of the other side of their trade. Small break and a new low. You get a higher low here, but it's an inside bar. So I really like to be patient here. You more or less should be holding the trade here from the double trap. And you get a push higher here. So perfect trade, perfect price action. So nothing changes. I'm still looking for that two-legged pullback second entry long at the EMA. Count reset, first entry long, pullback second entry long, which fits the criteria. We are looking for the second entry long at the EMA. Problem is just this bar is not that appealing. Well, I like to see a better bullish bar. Here, this is more so bullish doji. So I was patient in this area. But if you're looking for the second entry long at the EMA, you got the right idea. Oh, and actually didn't even trigger. So you get a break and a new low here. It looks like the second entry long formed here. There's a double bar entry. It initially triggered higher above this bearish bar, but we can't go long above this bearish bar, so it'd be a double bar entry here, but we're below the EMA. So when I see something like this, I want to see the higher low above the EMA. But we push lower, and now we're back above the EMA. So when I see this, I'm looking for, you can see this first leg down here, pull back, second leg down, perfect measure move, two-legged pullback. So I'm looking to take advantage of this push phase now. So let's see if we get a break lower here. So a first entry short, a second entry short failure would be very appealing here. Looks like you get the failed second entry short here, but it's just unenterable. It forms very weirdly, but if you're thinking about a failed second entry short, you would have the right idea to take advantage of it here. You get a first entry long, second entry long, but it's way below the EMA. So we're getting quite sideways at this point. I'm just kind of sitting on my hands, letting price action play out. We get another break higher here and another break higher here. So let's see what happens next. Got this short-term trend working lower. Get a first entry long. Pull back second entry long, but you're above, you're below the EMA. So we're just patient at this point. See a nice break above the EMA and maybe a higher low. We got this downtrend that played out with the break in no extreme. So a higher low would be decent if it forms nicely. We get a higher low, but it forms way too high and way too far from the EMA. So we're patient here, but price action is still working higher. We're still in this bullish channel. So let's see what happens next. I'm thinking about some second entry long at the EMA. You get a first entry long and another count reset, higher high. So same idea. We're looking for that second entry long at the EMA. So we get a first entry long here, but it's more so like you can more so reset the count here and count this if it forms here a first entry long here, because this is very close to the highest high, and a nice push down here. So let's see what happens. So we have this leg working lower here, plays out with a break and a new low. So if we get some nice failed second entry short above the EMA, I would actually consider, because when you zoom back, you can see this uptrend here finally has that break. So according to price action rules, I expect a new high of this uptrend. So let's see what happens. I'm gonna zoom back in here. We get a push above the EMA, which is perfect. And you get a higher low here. I didn't take this higher low live. I was looking for the failed second entry short, which would actually also be a second entry long, because this move down was quite steep. You can technically draw it a little bit wider. It's not clear if this is like a clear break in a new low. This higher low, I would have had a lot of confidence in taking this higher low if there was like a clear break in a new extreme like this. So in fact that, hey, there's a clear break in a new extreme, and the higher low would have gave me a lot more confidence. But given that this move here was so steep, it kind of looks like one leg down. I wasn't sure when watching this live if there wasn't some wider channel like this. So I really wanted to be patient on this higher low and get the failed second entry short as confirmation. So that's what kept me out of this higher low here. But you can see it worked, but no worries. You don't have to take every trade. If it doesn't fit your rules when watching this live, no worries to skip a trade. But it was actually a small break in a new low. So now I really didn't want to take the failed second entry short now, because this short-term uptrend played out with a break in a new high. So I wanted to see another push phase here and then take a second entry long at the EMA to take advantage of the uptrend needed a new high. So let's see what happens. We're back below the EMA, then we're back above. So prices push higher here. So at this point, I'm looking for that second entry long at the EMA to take advantage of this main uptrend needing a new high. So let's see what happens here. Prices push straight up and create the new high for the uptrend. So at this point, when you look back, all trends played out. This main channel played out with a break in a new extreme. So this is definitely going to be an area of development where I just kind of want to see prices print and see what the next market cycle is going to be. So prices push lower here. You have a nice downtrend working lower. But when you look at the time, we're already toward the close. So prices just may end up working sideways. But if this wasn't the close and this was, in the middle of the day, in order for us to go short, we would definitely need to see some stronger downtrend working lower and then a second entry short at the EMA. In this scenario, a failed second entry long just wouldn't be enough, because we worked so far high the whole day. So yeah, guys, once again, at this point, it's just an area of development. We're waiting for the next market cycle. Is it going to be a sideways movement? Is it going to be a continuation of this bullish buy since we worked so far since we worked so high up the whole day, or are we going to in fact reverse? So yeah, I mean, it's just kind of sitting on our hands at this point. So just to kind of sum up the day, we had a break in a new extreme here with a reversal, overshoot, break, and a new high. This was definitely giving sideways vibes. I was kind of expecting prices to push lower here and create a trading range for the beginning of the day, but you can quickly see that prices ended up going into an uptrend here. We had a nice failed second entry short here to take advantage of this bullish channel and a nice push fade start here. We had overshoot with a break and a new extreme. There was a nice failed breakout out of this small congestion to take advantage of this uptrend needing a new high. We have a downtrend with a break and kind of some sideways movement. This is another area of development on the chart. You wouldn't have this wider channel at the moment. But once we push higher here, it's pretty clear with this break and a new low that there's some wider channel in play. And sure enough, prices pushed higher. We're just looking for that second entry long at the EMA. You get a nice double trap to take advantage of this push phase here. You're trapping the failed second entry long, selling into the EMA and against this main trend. You're looking for that second entry long at the EMA. You get some sideways action here where prices eventually push higher, exceeding this highest high. So you're looking for that second entry long. You get a break in a new low. We're looking for a higher low here, but unfortunately it just formed a little bit too high for our liking. Once again, still looking for that second entry long. You get a break in a new extreme of this main channel. So according to price action rules, we expect a new high of this main uptrend given the break here. And sure enough, prices push straight to the new high. So perfect price action throughout the whole day here. So yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys watching. If this video was helpful, hit that like button. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. I also have a trading community where I post charts daily live and I answer any questions you guys may have live. If that's any interest to you guys, feel free to hit that link in the description and it'll take you to that to the website there. But other than that, I appreciate you guys watching. You guys have a good evening. Thank you.